to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Smitt.
Brick by brick, baby.
I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smitt?
Hey, Webb. I'm Smith. That's Webb. We are the Wager Makers. Thank you all for joining us. It's here, man.
Football sure is.
It's here because I lost money last week on my under theory. My preseason under theory didn't work out too good. It's very bad ratio of unders came in last week, but I'm sticking with it, Webb. I have a feeling that it was because of now they're on 3 preseason games a year. When
Correct.
it was four, that first preseason game, nobody got any work. This week, I'm watching this opening preseason game. Look, Mahomes and Kelsey are playing in the game. I mean, it's like it was the real offense. Like they wanted to get a little run, and it showed.
Well, I mean, that's like you said. They changed it went down right from 4 to 3.
From 4 to 3.
But not only that, I mean, how many? I saw some. I mean, the number of practices in pads it's almost like I don't even know how they can figure it out. It's so low. So I don't know. It's I was not the biggest proponent of your under theory, but I didn't think it would be that lopsided.
It was a bad number. I don't know if there was 15 games, it might have been 12-3. I mean, right. it was bad. Like every game we looked at was like, damn, another one.
I definitely wasn't, like, no, fuck that. Let's go all overs.
Right.
But the one tonight I think was 39 or 39.5 or something. So that's higher. I mean,
I'm sticking with it now. If anything, number one, the numbers got to go up a little bit because of what happened last week.
Well, they're already higher.
And number two, just for ratio's sake, I can tell you this: if I took every over, I wouldn't have been 13-3 or whatever the hell number.
There's no doubt. If we bet every over now, you're going to guarantee these fucking games. So there'll be at least half of them going under. So yeah.
Yep.
No, I thought I'm on the same thinking now.
Right. So I'm sticking with it. We'll see what happens. It's a little experiment we're doing. And the Wager Makers, we put our money where our mouth is. But now it's in. Now it's football season's here. It's only preseason. I'm down money. I'm like, got to try and get it back. It's on. It's on now. It's on for real now.
Today is what? The 16th, 17th? Today is a Thursday. 18th. We have now it's going to make it. Is that 9 days till college?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. What days college start?
A week from Saturday, I guess. So that makes it 9 days. That's unbelievable. That's crazy. I did log on to our pool, Smitt. I did make my pick. I don't know if you want to wait on this, but as usual or as always, I'll be transparent with all my picks in all the pools. But we could talk about that a little bit. But my point is, I couldn't. They don't have the lines out yet for the college pools. So
that'll be like the week before. And sometimes I think for the college pool that we have going, sometimes that first, like some of the games may be included in the first week, the first official week. I haven't looked at the exact schedule yet.
Right.
So sometimes the first official week isn't until like after some of these early games get going, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look.
And we do have some newbies. I know Jimmy Porter's in, O'Dude is in, and all the rankings will be there. So it's not like you're going to have to wonder what place you're in and all that stuff. You can see it, and I believe you can see who everybody else picked as well.
Yeah. So once the kickoffs happen of the games, you'll be able to see who other people have. That's how it works. Or once the noon, like for the college, once like that noon deadline goes by, then you can see who everybody
Everything
has.
opens up. Right.
Which doesn't really come into play that much until later on in the season. If you're down if you're in the nitty-gritty.
You got it right. If you're in a race,
right. then all of a sudden you want to know who the other guy.
Right. It's a little strategic. Doesn't really matter in the beginning.
So Webb, this is podcast number 127. In case anybody was wondering.
Yeah, we got to figure out something to do with the numbers. I don't know. I mean, it was cool the first 100. I never. Who the fuck thought we'd get past 100? Who thought we'd get past 5? Hey, I don't know. Yeah, but it's amazing. Good for us. Good for anybody listening. Thank you to everybody. I know Rev G and Jeff Polish were a little. I gave Scott Wheatley some love, and then they were like, "Oh, what the fuck?" So hey, thanks for listening. I know Dude listens now as well. I don't know what to talk about with the nose thing, but is that my nose or your nose?
I think he's talking about the picture, like your picture in the background. He's got a problem with your nose on your picture. I think he says you look like Joe Hempel in that picture.
I don't think so.
Right. All right. So anyway, number 127. You mentioned Jimmy Porter, I think, and he wants to come on the show.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy Porter. Hope you get well soon. He's recovering from some. He had some cancer in his colon or something like that. He got removed. Is that what's going on? And so, but he wants to be on a show one day. I think we got a good. I think I got an idea, Webb. We're gonna have Porter's gonna have to give up a couple grand and put it into our hands. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get 1,000 and you're gonna get 1,000.
Okay.
And we're gonna play it for him during the course of the year. And so he can come on the show and basically pledge us the money. And then I think each week you get 3 picks and I get 3 picks.
Okay.
And we'll see who's going to make Porter the most. Who's going to make Porter the most?
All right. Who's going to? Gotcha. Okay.
So
Fair enough.
A little competition we can have. We'll talk to Porter about that. And
yeah, it'll be a case study on sports gambling. Absolutely. We'll figure it out.
It can be a real 1,000. It can be but hey, we're going to introduce some money. So
right. He can do his own thing. We'll with his own stuff, but we'll figure it out. That's a good idea.
We get him on a show. We want to do a public service announcement to everybody. Make sure you get that colonoscopy, especially once you get to be 50 years old. That's
right.
Make sure you get it checked out. So, Webb, big news this week, I guess. First, okay, finally, maybe we can get past this. Like we like talking about football. We like talking about between the lines football,
gambling, and the good stuff, not the politically correct freaking bullshit.
So Deshaun Watson. Now, what do you think? So I guess this is the final ruling, right? $5 million in 11 games. That sounds like the final. This is the final deal.
Yeah, I think I think it was negotiated, so I don't think there's going to be any between the NFLPA, the Players Association, and the NFL, and I think even this is it. He's not gonna. He being Deshaun Watson is not. There's no one who wants this to go away more than him. I don't think, except maybe Roger Goodell. I got 2 daughters, and so it's tough. I mean, $5 million is a shit ton of money, but if for a dude that's making $230 million guaranteed, that's a drop in the bucket. But what are you going to find to do? 200. I was at the gym earlier, and some guy said to me, "Can you believe this scumbag? They should have kicked him out for life." I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, if you commit a crime, whatever that crime is, if you do your time, but it's not even a legal thing. After you do your time, you should certainly be able to earn a living. It's not his fault or that he's in an industry that pays you $200 million. But I get both sides. But I do think, long story short, I think, I thought it should have been this whole season. But I get everyone wants it to go away. I think it is a punishment. He didn't play all last year, but he did get paid. And it is a more than a wrist slap. What I thought the 6 games were for the Browns. The Browns, they're in trouble this year, I would think. So I do think it approaches being, I don't know, good enough or whatever.
Right. It's hard to say. Like there's that. It's like. When a guy doesn't get convicted of a crime,
right?
How much can you do in the workplace? Like I get that there's a conduct policy and all that stuff, right? But if the guy's not convicted, it's kind of hard. I mean, I don't know. I think the NFL wanted to do a full season, and so this was kind of like their compromise. By the time once they went to the first judge, and she said, I forget what she said, 6 games or whatever it was. 6, yeah. And then they appealed, and now it's at 11 games. I don't know where to go from here, but. I just want to stop talking about it, to be honest.
Here's where the NFL definitely has a black eye. It's I would say it's too short. It should have been a season. Don't get paid, whatever. But now the NFL skips the Tom Brady game, and in this 11 games, the bye is included, right? So that's not really a penalty for the Browns in terms of his play. But then they bring him back against the Texans. Like, does that not look fucked up?
Right. Wow, how convenient is that? This is going to be the big comeback to the Texans. I didn't even know that. And
Tom Brady is like the game before, and then there's a bye. So they don't want to taint Brady. They don't want anything on Brady's.
Right. They're not going to take away from Brady's big show.
That tarnish, there could be no stink attached to anything associated with TB12. And then... So it looks fucked up. And then, make it 12 games because there's a bye in there. I mean, whatever. So he's only actually missing 10 games. whatever. But that is what I guess, so.
All right. Well, he did come out and say he was truly sorry, Webb. So I guess that makes it just like when Big Ben found God.
Right.
I guess that he truly sorry for what? You said you didn't do anything.
Express, Smitt. Here we come.
You didn't do anything. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, and I got my setup back a little bit better. You can see it's football season. We gotta get it going.
Yeah, I can't even really hear that. I can't even really hear that. But you'll have to let me know when the Wager Makes Express comes through. But
he's really sorry, right? But how can you be really sorry when you do anything? But then even today it was like, I'm sorry that people reacted this way. Like he feels bad that people feel bad.
He's not sorry that he jacks off with some girls giving him a massage. He's sorry about how this all went down. Like everybody
his cock on somebody or whatever, or hits him with his cock. That's okay, but whatever. I don't. That's not. We've had. Unfortunately for us, the podcast has dealt with enough of this.
Right. We're getting close to football. We're almost to football. In fact, tonight we're going to go through every over and under for NFL teams. Webb, give how we think teams are going to outlook and the divisions and stuff. Webb, in pro baseball today, we talk about guys that get money and are not quite ready for this money or something, but 14 years, $340 million, Webb, is Tatis Jr.'s contract. And now he's out. He's been out injured off for the last 2 years, all of this season. And now he's suspended for 80 more games for performance enhancing whatevers. And he said, listen, I took some kind of medicine for my ringworm. I shouldn't have did that.
I can't. Is there any responsibility on anyone? You gave the guy this again. It's like Deshaun Watson doing what he did again. You know what I mean? Like you gave him $230 million guaranteed, and he goes he doubles down on the bad behavior. Like you gave the guy whatever it was, $300 million, whatever you said.
Yeah, 340, 14 for 340, guaranteed.
Do you think he'd pay attention what he puts in his body? Do you think is there anyone paying attention?
They have doctors for these teams that would literally take his phone call at 4:00 in the morning.
Anybody, not even
and say, listen, is it cool? I got a little chest cold. I'm about to take this fucking NyQuil.
Right.
Send them a picture of the fucking bottle and the ingredients, and they would wake up and answer him.
Of course.
At that time.
Of course, absolutely. He's got fans that would do that.
That's why it's so ridiculous.
It's just blatant disregard. He should be fined and penalized.
And Hopkins is out. DeAndre Hopkins is out now. And he said, I wish they wouldn't be so black and white about the rule of what's, he's like, oh man, there should be some great. No, I mean, it's you can't take this and you can take this.
Right.
That's it.
What is that hard? Is it hard to? Did you get 10 yards for the first down, or did you get 9.5? Right. I mean, what is it? I mean, I get it. If you're speeding, I'm like 10 minutes. The officer give you a break. Listen, I'm going to give you 5 miles over, whatever. Don't stop speeding in a neighborhood. There's things to do. You're making an obscene amount of money, and now you're mad because they're enforcing the rules. That's basically what he's saying.
You got your own personal doctor, your own personal nutritionist, your own personal everything, and you take the wrong thing and you're out. And now you're out.
Like literally, you could go to Johns Hopkins and buy it, and get the head of pharmacology, and give the dude $25 million. Like, listen, man, just tell me what I can take and what I can't take. Just so I don't lose $300 million or whatever it is.
That's why, Webb. That's why we watched the Little League World Series.
Oh, that's the one redeeming. That's what gets me back off the ledge of
besides Hard Knocks and the captain.
And the Monte Teo.
Little League World Series is the best thing on TV. Do you see the kid got beamed in the head and went over and hugged the kid?
Yeah, I was talking about with Devin. Yeah. He went over and hugged him because the kid was so upset.
It was so upset on the mound.
Yeah. That was great.
And then they had another kid that's got, I don't know where he started doing this, but his batting gloves are like the work gloves you get at Lowe's or something like that. Yeah, exactly. And he's hitting deep old bombs. I don't know.
Dude, that ball he hit, they're like, I don't know if he was cutting a tree down or something, like whatever.
Like he's ready to be as soon as the game's over, he's going to lumberjack.
Right, exactly. Like I can't even believe that Little League is so strict on everything. I can't believe they even let him wear that. But that ball he hit was still going. Like it was over a tree, over a picnic bench. Yeah, with like I don't know, like Carhartt. I don't know what the brand would be, but heavy duty. And he was from somewhere like Montana or some shit.
Right. You'd have to be from Montana to.
Right.
To
He was
do
like roping a bull, and then he just came off and smacked a 3-run bomb.
All right. So anyway, that does make that makes us feel better about things watching the Little League World Series.
Definitely.
Webb, for the Jets fans out there, and we'll get into this when we talk about each team in a little bit. Zach Wilson hurt again. I don't know what they do. I don't know what the Jets do.
I mean, I was a proponent of Zach Wilson when he was drafted. I think you were still saying what's his name should have been drafted. The kid for the Bears now. It's not over. I mean, he was trying to make a play. He threw an interception on that first drive, and then he didn't want to step out of bounds on the second drive. I don't know, man. It's the Jets are the Jets. It's just some things that's how it is. You know,
we'll see. I mean, he's. I guess it's not as bad. Like that first night, it was almost sounded like, oh shit, he's out for good. Now it's sounding like a 4-week thing, like maybe back the second, third week of the season.
I saw something today that what's his name said if he was Salah said if he can play if he's healthy, he's playing week 1. So it's funny though up here, everyone's talking about how good. Who's the backup now? Flacco's the backup. I mean, I cannot believe that, but we'll see. We'll see.
Like he hasn't done anything good in 10 years. I feel like Flacco. And even there's been teams like who was the last team he was with? And I remember being like, "Oh, Flacco's a quality backup," and he came in and did terrible. He came in and did terrible.
Broncos or something like But even like the year after the Super Bowl, he was out the door almost. They gave him a huge contract, yeah. But even the year they won it, like they were like 9-7 or something, and this went on some crazy stupid run. But hey, more power to him.
Super Bowl MVP, I think.
Yes, $100 million. Yeah,
University of Delaware, the Blue Hens. I believe.
Yep.
All right.
Yes,
so
sure.
We're gonna get into stuff, but Webb, I don't know. So the Saints got a new coach this year. I don't know why.
Who is the coach? Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen.
Of Raiders fame
he was the Saints defensive coordinator the last several years as the Saints defense is playing better, but he did awful as the Raiders head coach at one time.
Right.
And I just don't know. Let's just talk about philosophy wise. I just don't know why you hire a defensive minded guy in today's NFL to run your team. I know you can have coordinators, and I know there's different philosophies and stuff, but I'm just going to give you one example here real quick, and then we can talk a little bit about, like, I can't think, other than maybe Belichick, I can't think of who's a guy that's had a ton of success in the last 10, 12 years. That's a guy that's a defensive mind. You got the guy for the Rams. He's offensive. And Andy Reid, offensive. Peterson with the Eagles a couple years ago, Super Bowl, offense. Bruce Arians, offensive guy. Oh, that's the Express coming.
There it is. Yep.
Maybe you can talk about the Steelers head coach. I would consider him a defensive minded dude. I mean, I just can't think of, and in today's NFL, it's so set for the offense that where would this come into play that you even like the up and coming guy now, Cincinnati Bengals all of a sudden have turned the league on its head a little bit. He's an offensive guy.
The guy that just got hired from Miami, what's it, McDonald or something? Mm-hmm. He's an offensive guy. Shanahan is an offensive guy in San Francisco. Mike McCarthy sucks, but he's an offensive guy. The
new guy for the Giants, I think he was the offensive coordinator for the Bills.
An offensive guy, yeah. There's one guy that's good. That's he brought up the Bills. He is a defensive guy.
Oh, is that right? All right.
McDermott, and I think the Belichick we mentioned, but he had Tom Brady. And the only other defensive guys I think would be Salah on the Jets. And what's his name? Riverboat Ron.
Yeah, Ron. Hey, we're gonna maybe the Washington football team. I still like calling them a Washington football team. Maybe they're gonna have some success.
It's definitely better than the Commanders. Like I don't know why they. I mean.
But anyway, so I know it's preseason. I know I'm jumping the gun here. I know I'm overreacting. But hear me out for a second, okay? The Saints. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the preseason game. Saints are up by 3. They're at midfield.
Mm-hmm.
It was 3rd and 7. And Jonathan Vilma, former Saints great, Jets, Miami Hurricanes.
Yep.
he was with the Saints for the Super Bowl, was commenting in the game. He said, well, the Saints definitely have to run here and just keep the clock moving to get them to burn their timeout, and then they punt.
Right.
And immediately I was thinking, no, they don't. In the NFL today, it's 3rd and 7. You're at midfield. You try and make the first fucking down, and the game is over. That's what you try. Good. That's what you try and do. So sure enough, I even told I was texting you guys about it at the time before the Saints lost, and said this is the Sean Payton would have thrown the ball for a first to try and get the first down.
Right.
So sure enough, they run the ball. The guy gets tackled. They use their last timeout. They punt it to the Texans, punt them deep, 10-yard line or so.
Right.
2 minutes left. You're like, okay, they got no timeouts and 2 minutes left. In the NFL, that's
we saw what happened. Mahomes needed 15 seconds in that playoff game.
You're not trying to win the fucking game, man. Put your offense, make a 3rd and 7. And big deal. Then if just don't throw a fucking interception,
right,
and then punt it to them. Okay, now they got 2 minutes and 1 timeout instead of 2 minutes and no timeouts. What the fuck difference? Sure enough, Texans, boom. Within 30 seconds, they were in field goal range. They were only up by 3. Within 30 seconds, they were only 2 plays, and they were in field goal range.
Right.
And then sure enough, they go down and score a touchdown. I wasn't a fan of Dennis Allen. I know it's preseason. I think the defense will be good, but these are the plays in the NFL. Who was the quarterback at that time?
Yeah.
In the game?
Yeah.
It was probably Ian Book.
All right. Okay.
But it doesn't matter. Let the dude. They did bring somebody off the street last week. I think he was a former Iowa State or Arizona, something. But
right.
But anyway, I think it was still Ian Book in the game at the time.
All right. So this is week like 1.5 of preseason. It only took you that long to become the fucking homer of all homers to be bitching about a preseason game and what they did on a 3rd and 7.
This is the philosophy thing.
How do you know? Maybe he wanted to see. Maybe it'll change. Maybe he wanted to see.
Well, I hope so. He's got 3 weeks. He's got 3 weeks to change his whole life philosophy.
How do you?
Punt them deep and use their timeouts up.
I thought the defense was
go for the fucking win, man. Go for the win. It's the NFL. It's offense.
It doesn't count. Doesn't count.
The game wasn't going to end in a tie anyway. Well, maybe
yes, it would.
Yes, maybe it would have. Well, it didn't because they let the team go 90 yards in under 2 minutes with no timeout.
I'd be more worried about my defense if I was you, and if that's the case. Because
this is a philosophy thing. The defensive mindset. It's going to keep them from winning games. Those are the things that keep teams from winning games. That's the difference between being 9 and 7. We're not 9 and 8. We're like 11 and 6. That's the difference. Plays like that. Decisions like that.
I'm proud of you, man. It only took one game. It only took one game to take out 15% of the show on being a Saints homer. That's not bad. Not bad.
But by the way, sorry to everybody who Webb hurt their feelings last week. You mentioned this a minute ago. Rev G reached out, and so did Jeff Plasinski reached out too. He's like, dude, what the fuck? He's like, Webb's like, only one listens to this shit. Webb was in a mood. Listen, guys, Webb was in some kind of mood last week. I don't know what was going on.
Always in some kind of mood. That's
and it said Scott Wheatley is the only one that listens. But we got a lot of feedback from that this week. But
yeah, that's what you got to do.
Hey, I'm here. I'm out here listening.
Hey, me too.
All right. No, I'm saying a lot of people said that. So.
Right.
All right, what do you want to say about what happened with Manti Te'o? I saw that his girl, I guess, got on Instagram to say, "Look, I'm real this time." His new girl.
Oh, I don't even know anything, but I just saw. I know he said something. I don't think it's on Netflix. It popped up that there's a documentary like My Make-Believe Girlfriend or something, and I didn't watch it, but I heard good things, and I guess he showed himself to be real well on it. Like I guess. Listen, I don't know. Were we on the air? How long ago was that? I don't even know. Did we talk about that on our show?
I don't know, but we sure would have.
Right.
If
so either way,
right.
Maybe time has softened me, but I don't know. Who cared? Whatever. The dude didn't know.
I think he got catfish, man. That shit happens. I watched that TV show, Catfish.
Right. The dude
it's fucked up what they do to people.
Right. That's bad on their end. Whatever. So whatever. Manti Te'o, whatever. Apparently, he showed well in it. So everything I saw was that everyone has mad respect for him. So if you want, watch it. I don't know.
All right. Webb, let's go to the over-unders NFL.
One
We'll
more
go every.
thing. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
go.
First thing is, we're talking about preseason. What is going on with the Baltimore Ravens? They haven't lost a preseason game since 2016.
The bet of them all. Well, that's one of the ones we had winners last week.
Yeah, like it's like 24 in a row or something like that. Like that is, we got to ride. You got to ride that until you don't.
Yep.
I mean, that's unbelievable. That there is clearly.
I want to say it's like now 27 straight preseason games. I want to say.
I thought it was 24, but maybe. I mean, either way, that it's since 20. They haven't lost. The last time they lost was 2016 preseason. So I don't know how many years is that, or how many preseason games that equals, but that's a shit ton, and that's clearly a philosophy how they looked. That's more than luck. That is just crazy.
Right. It just means that he goes after Good goes after it.
There's something they're doing, early in the season that is different than every other team is doing.
Right. So I think it says 21 games here, but either way,
it's more than that. I think it's
all
more
right.
than that. But whatever. It's a shit ton. It's been years. So
and I want to say there's a team out there that's almost got a losing streak, almost as bad. It might be the Detroit Lions. I'm not sure.
But the number against the spread too is like, I think the losing number is 3. So 18-3, and they did cover again. Yeah, so maybe it's 19-3 now, or maybe it's. So that's against.
Well, in preseason, the most you're going to get is 3.5, 4 points, no matter what. So let's say they win. If they win every game, you got to figure at least 2/3 of them they're covering the spread at least.
I had them twice. I had them straight on the money line, and they covered. Obviously, they covered, and then the money line came in. So that was a good one. And then the last question I have, I try to listen to some sports podcasts, Smitt, to see, particularly gambling podcasts, and they are unlistenable. But they were talking about the baseball races. How many fucking teams make the playoffs?
Now with the wild card and shit and the play-in, I have no idea. We'll have to ask Dude for that.
Right, yeah. So someone, if anyone's listening, Rev G, Polish, Porter, Dude. I guess are there 2 wild cards that play one game, and then that's the second wild card? Is that how it works?
Is it what?
Like there's 3 wild cards, and then the bottom 2 wild cards play a one game, and then that's the second wild card?
Maybe.
All right. Well, someone tell us so we know we're talking.
That's gonna be a good question for the intern right now.
Yeah, I haven't talked to the intern in a long time. I don't know. I just texted him, and he hasn't texted me back. So
he must have did some.
Probably
did some.
I was in a mood.
We still love you, MN3 Technologies.
Yeah, not the first time.
All right. But before we get into football, reminder, listen, on our Facebook page, or if you need to know, reach out, theouijamakers@gmail.com, all that stuff. Let us know. Send us a message if you want to get in the survivor pool, and
the
Buffalo,
college pick'em.
Yep.
Oh, sponsored by the Buffalo Grill in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Sponsored by the Buffalo Grill in Little Rock, Arkansas. The Survivor, NFL Survivor, it's $500 to the winner. And the college football pick'em, it's a lot of fun. $500 to the winner. If you can beat Webb and Smitt, you should put your money where your mouth is.
On that. It's silly not to. It's free, and it's $500, and it's fun. It'll keep you invested in the football season for a period of time, anyways. If you're not already. And then also, Smitt, we do have our Sports Watch Monitor picks, correct?
Yes.
So
always go to Sports Watch Monitor. You can see how we're doing, what we do. You can buy our picks from there. All that.
When that's happened more than once. Also, the store. Get started on the store.
Yeah, get you some. I'm not wearing nothing today.
I got the hat on.
But,
hey, hat.
Yeah. If you need the links, buy some T-shirts, buy some cool hats.
That means more pools and more fun and more good shit.
And maybe next time we'll do it for $10,000. You never know if you buy it.
That's right. Sponsor. We are for sale.
All right.
But I'll be looking like a NASCAR driver, head to toe. If I put a fucking hazmat suit on with your logos on there.
Yeah. Anything you guys want to sell, let us know.
Right. All right. Get on with the good stuff. Go ahead.
All right. Let's go. Want to go division by division? We'll go division by division.
You do it. Yeah. Whatever you want to do.
Well, let's start out in your favorite division, Webb, the NFC East. I believe that is. So Dallas is 10.5. Washington is 7.5. Giants are 7, and Philly's 9.5.
Dallas under. I already
Agreed,
bet that.
totally. I was all ready for a fucking argument.
I am not delusional. I try to be very practical with my picks. They led the league in turnovers last year. That's not going to happen again. They're just not a good. It's not a good franchise. They care about the wrong things. They're not about winning football games. They're about winning enough football games. They will be competitive for the division, but I don't know that 10 and I don't see them winning 11 games.
Right.
They may win 10.
My point is like you're betting that they're going to win 11. That they're going to win 11. A lot has to go right for 11 games, and really Dallas has done it a couple years in a row now. Like a lot. Right. They had a lot of wins last year. It didn't mean shit once they got to the playoffs.
Well,
lost Amari Cooper, lost a couple guys that Collins on the offensive line.
That's an overrated. He was out of shape, and he's out of shape even now. But the Amari Cooper, they don't do anything to get better. They did not get better. The Amari Cooper loss will hurt them. They're banged up still. Offensive line is a lot different than it was. Yeah, for me that's a fairly easy under.
Yep. All right. Now, Carson Wentz goes to the Washington football team. Theirs is at 7.5.
I mean that's a shabby number for a team. I think with a guy that at one point made $100 million. It's 17 games. Don't forget this year, or again this year. That's a tough one, man. I would go over.
I like the over as well. I think this is a team. They have good defense. They have some good weapons offensively. That wide receiver they have over there, a couple of guys. If Wentz can stay healthy and somewhat resurrect himself, I don't know if he's got an issue with confidence or with just a personality in the locker rooms. I like Riverboat Ron as a coach.
I liked him until he came to the Redskins. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's
whatever they are.
Arch.
Right.
Nemesis. But
even at 8 wins, you're still 8-9. It's
right.
not like you're less than 500. So I got no problem going over. But I'd stay away just because who knows what's going. That's not based on any confidence in Carson Wentz.
Right. Now, let me ask you this, Webb. What the fuck is going on up there in New Jersey, New York metro area with the football teams? The Jets and I'm going to throw them in together.
Sure.
The Jets and the Giants are nothing. They're not even on the planet as far as content. Like you can't even it's disrespectful to say not contenders. They're not even. They're like they hang out with the Detroit Lions.
They're not competitive. They're not competitive either one. And I'll do you one better. I'll throw the New York Knicks in there. That's an even another one. And then up until this year, you could say the New York Mets. So I don't understand. It's just complete ineptitude in the upper management. Certainly the Knicks, like ownership down is a disaster. Like there's not one person that knows what the fuck they're doing. But not to get off topic. And same with the Mets. It's fine that they got Buck Showalter. There's an adult in a room and an owner that's not afraid to spend money. All right, that's enough of that. The Giants just again, they got lucky, frankly, with Eli, and they just kind of kept doubling down on that way of doing business, and it just doesn't work. They haven't. If you pull up their record since that last Super Bowl, it's significantly below 500. And I don't see it getting. I mean, why would you, Daniel Jones? They went to the same tree, like the same quarterback coach from Eli, and also the coach from Duke. It's why they picked Daniel Jones, like 6th. Everyone was scratching their head, So that's clearly what's going on there. It's kind of a sleep at the year. And the Jets, I don't know. Same thing with Woody Johnson. I don't know. He's tried. I thought he made some. The last coach was horrendous. I did not agree with that. I think Sal at least is solid, not half of a maniac. But again, like you said, why go defense when everything in the league is off? But I guess they tried an offensive guy last time, and I was behind the Darnold pick. But once you kind of just get crushed by the bad coaching, and you can't, you're almost, you're shocked for the rest of your life. These guys, they pick these guys to play quarterback or wherever in Jets and Giants, and then they don't get the offensive line behind. They don't do anything. And then you put them. They end up with three offensive coordinators in 3 years and shit like that. And there's no stability. Like I say, they got defensive minded coach. At least the Giants went out and got an offensive guy. We'll see how that works out. Maybe
maybe Danny Dimes can do something here, but seven's the over under total. Until you show me something, Webb, I'm going under 7. I like Washington. I like Washington better than I like the Giants.
Yeah. Well, the news up here is that Tyrod is going to. We love Tyrod on the show. That Tyrod is going to start getting some first team reps. They're not saying he's the starter, but he's going to get. I don't know what that means. So if you're going to get first team reps, but you're not the starter, I guess maybe it's at least an attempt to challenge Dickie Dimes, but we'll see. 7's that number. Man, I don't want to go over on everybody, but that's again. So you're saying you're going to go 6 and 11? Oof.
Well, the alternative to win, they have to go 8 and 9. Are they going to be 500? Are they going to be 500 or one game below? I just don't see them. I just don't see the Giants winning a lot of games.
I'm going to go.
I guess we should be looking at their schedules too.
Yes, yeah, but that's too much right now.
Right. We don't have interns.
Right, that's too much. Go under. That's an under. Well, I mean, yeah, their defense is not. I don't think that's going to be very.
Tennessee, that's a loss.
Loser.
Carolina Panthers, I'll even give them at home. I'll even give them that. I'll even give them
1-1.
At home against Dallas, that's a loss. Chicago Bears, I'm gonna give them a win. Versus Green Bay, that's a loss. Baltimore, that's a loss.
1-4.
Jacksonville, will give them a win. At Seattle, that's a loss. Even though I don't think much about Seattle, at Seattle's a loss. So right now we're at
still 3 wins.
3 and 5.
Whatever, just 3 wins. Doesn't matter.
Then the Texans, we'll give them a win. We'll give them a win against the Lions. Another loss against Dallas. A loss against Washington. A loss against Philly. Another loss against Washington. They'll probably split a game. They'll pick up a game in the division there somewhere. At Minnesota, that's a loss. At home against the Colts, that's probably a loss, but we'll see. And then at the Eagles, they don't get to 7 wins, bro.
They can get to they may be able to get to 7, but that's the roof.
Right. I'm not betting on them getting 8. Put it that way.
Right. The ceiling is 7.
Right.
So we'll go under.
I think if they end up 8 and 9, this head coach is getting fucking
right. Absolutely.
All right. Next up, Philadelphia Eagles 9.5. Webb, I like what the Eagles did this year. They had just so you know, the Giants only had 4 wins last year. I have that here too. Washington had 7, Dallas had 12, and Philly had 9 wins. Their number's 9.5. I'm not sure about Jalen Hurts, except I know he's a great athlete. I love their backup quarterback just in case something happens there. Yep. And they got A.J. Brown and the kid from Alabama in his second year now, Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
I like Philadelphia. I think they're going to win this division, to be honest.
They seem to take care of the trenches. I like the kid they picked from Georgia. What's his name? I don't know, Davis maybe. That monster nose tackle or defensive tackle, whatever he is. And they always seem to have a pretty good offensive line. And they're never horrible. I mean, 10-7 is a crazy. I don't think they're that good. I can kind of they ain't winning no Super Bowl, but they'll be right there at that number. I'll go over.
Right there. They're right there with Dallas for the division lead. Assuming Dallas plays good enough to do something. All right. Well, let's stay in. We'll stay in the East then and go AFC East. We got the Jets had 4 wins last year. Webb. Their quarterback is down. They suck every year.
4 and
quarterback
13.
is hurt again. All he does is bang Cougars.
All
he does is bang Cougars. More power to him. Their number's 5.5. Webb.
I was looking at them to have a better year. What'd you say? 4 wins, 4 and 13.
4 last year. Right. They were, and their number's 5.5.
And now let's see. The every team in the division is probably better, right? I'm gonna go under.
What Plasinski, MN3 Technologies. What the fuck, you guys? Right. You guys, that's like rooting for the Jets is tough living, bro.
It's hard. Right. At least the Cowboys lie to me, and the hype machine, makes you.
Yeah, you can get caught up. First of all, the Cowboys always have the benefit of doubt. They're like the Notre Dame of the NFL. The New York Yankees. They always have the benefit of doubt to start out with. There's always excitement going into the season.
Right. At least they lie to you.
They always win enough games that you're kind of in the hunt all season long. And then they'll break your heart at the end. But you have 18 weeks of fun.
Right.
In the process.
Right. You get to Thanksgiving and you still hope.
You don't have to come out and be like, damn, I wonder if my team's going to win more than 5.5 fucking games this year.
It's not over by Halloween.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be close.
Right.
Trying to find the Jets here. Just for shits and giggles.
The schedule?
Ravens, that's a loss. Cleveland Browns. That's probably a loss even with the
Where is that game? On the road?
At Cleveland. Cincinnati Bengals, Pittsburgh Steelers might. First of all, just shout out when you hear the win.
Right.
At Pittsburgh Steelers, at home against the Dolphins, maybe.
Right.
At Green Bay, at Denver, New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills, at the Patriots, Bears, maybe. At Minnesota, probably not. At Buffalo, Detroit, maybe. Jacksonville, maybe. At Seattle, at Miami Dolphins. Name 6. Name the 6 of them.
What's their number?
5.5.
No, that's an easy under. I mean, maybe you get to 4. Depends. I mean, Seattle looks like they have punted the season, so that's it. But I don't think. I mean, if you're the Detroit Lions, you got that game circled. And listen, that's one we're winning. And same with Jacksonville.
Right. If you're any other team, like, that's what you always think. Oh, the Jets are like, oh man, we got Detroit this week. Yeah, but Detroit's going. Oh, right. Man, this is our chance. This is our chance to get a win.
Right.
Get up for this. All right, let's move on. Stop talking about these shit teams. The next team is the Bills, 11.5. That's a ton of wins, Webb.
I am not as high on everybody. I mean, you got to win at some. Don't you got to win a game that matters and stop whining about a rule that everyone that. I mean, let's. You got to show me something. This is under. Fuck them.
They got some O-line help. They got Von Miller, but he's pretty damn old now. 11.5. Just too much has to go right to win. You're saying you're going to put money on them. The Buffalo Bills winning 12 games. I'm not saying they're not going to do it. I'm just saying, why put money on that? Why wouldn't you go the other way? It's so much easier to win 11 games. Yeah, if they win 11 games, they're pats on the back. They'll probably win the division.
Yeah, no doubt. Right.
They might be 11 games with a game left and be able to sit people.
Right, cruising. Yeah, right. I mean, the only thing there is they got the Jets. They're going to be. That's 2 wins.
Right. Patriots 8.5. They had 10. Patriots somehow had 10 wins last year.
Under.
All right. The only thing they got is Belichick, and really, it's shown that that's really not that much when he's by himself.
No, that scares me a little bit because we just bet the under on the. So that's 3 teams in this division on the under.
Yeah, and the problem is the next one is kind of a crapshoot too. So the Dolphins, they had 9 wins last year. Their number's 8.5. They picked up Tyreek Hill. I think they'll be better than that. I'm still not sold. To me, they still don't have a quarterback. Tua is not a winning quarterback in the NFL.
I'm not ready.
But I think they'll get to 9-8. I think they can get to 9-8.
I would take the over in that again, based off of the.
They get to play the Jets twice.
Right, and the Patriots. So that's 3.
Right, they'll split. They're not beating the Bills. Maybe they'll split one with the Bills.
Well, like you said, depends how that schedule plays out. If that's the last game of the season and the Bills have clinched or something like that.
All right, the Bills have at home against the Patriots. They have at Baltimore, Buffalo, Bengals, Jets, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, at Detroit, at Chicago. Those could both be wins. Cleveland Browns at home, Houston Texans at home. This is a pretty weak schedule.
Well, we gotta switch that, I think.
I'll go over. We can't. Everybody in the division can't be under.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. We'll go over with the Dolphins, but not a. I don't think they challenge the Bills for.
I'm thinking the Bills are going to go over. What schedule did you just read? That was the Bills schedule, right?
No, that was the Dolphins.
Oh, it's an easy over. Oh, yeah.
That was the Dolphins. No, the Bills have a tougher schedule. They start out at the Rams. That's the whole Super Bowl.
Oh, that's right.
And then they got Tennessee. They got Miami, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Kansas City. They got now all of a sudden they got the first place type.
Right. They're a big dog. Right. Okay.
No more beating up on the Jets a bunch of times and then being like, oh, we're 12-2 or something.
Wonder why we lost in the playoffs.
All right, Webb. AFC. Well, who wins that division? The Bills or the Finns?
Oh, the Bills.
Yes, definitely. Billy winning that. All right, let's go NFC. I think that's the Central. The Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, and Browns. Browns didn't have a number as of yesterday when I looked this up.
That's the AFC.
Yep. Bengals at 9.5. They had 10 wins last year.
10-7. What's up with Burrow? Is he back? He had that appendicitis.
I think he'll be back, ready to roll.
I'll take the over. It's fine.
Steelers, Mitchell Trubisky, new quarterback. I don't know if that's. I mean, he can't be better than the Big Ben that we had at this point. You know what I mean? At the point last year.
I just don't think.
I mean, he can't be worse. He can't be worse than the Big Ben we had at the last.
I'm not a believer in their talent aside from T.J. Watt, and I like
their number is only 7.5. Are they really going to go 7-10? Are they going to go 7-10?
I'm going to go over. They can get to 8-9 and he's never had a losing season, Tomlin.
Right. All right. Ravens 9.5. They had 8 wins last year.
Geez, I can take the over on this too. I guess I got to go over.
I like the under on this one. To me, the Ravens. I'm so tired. I'm tired of the Ravens.
I don't think they're good.
How many times can we act like they're good? Lamar Jackson makes plays all over the place here and there, but then eventually somebody fumbles, somebody does something. They never give him any talent around him other than to have him run around. They used to play really good D. They'll probably play good D still, but they're just not. Do they have any major additions?
They got the dude, and no, I mean their best pet. I mean that dude Mark Andrews he's badass. The tight end, and they got a couple. They got Marlon Humphrey's a good D back, but Marcus Peters is 1,000 years old.
They lost Hollywood Brown. That's like the dude that they could throw a hitch pass to, and he would take the distance off.
Yeah, but he had that one good year, and then he didn't do dick anyways. What's the number? It's only 8.5.
9.5.
And what
they had 8. They had 8 wins last year. I'm saying under.
So they're going to go 8-9.
Yep, just like last year.
All right, that's fine.
And the Bengals win that division. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
All right, let's flip over. We'll go to the Central in the NFC. That's the Bears, Green Bay, Detroit, and Minnesota. So the Bears, 6 wins last year. No help for Fields. You watch him. He's out there. You can't tell some of these young guys if they're good or not because there's just nothing.
You're right.
They got rid of I think that only offensive type weapon they would had went to the Rams this year. What's his?
Allen Robinson.
Yeah. And just no, and again, I think they hired a defensive
Matt Eberflus. He was the defensive coordinator. He was on the Cowboys staff years ago. He was a DC for the Colts. Yeah, this is another defensive guy. Yep.
So their number last year was 6. Their number is 6.5.
Under all day long.
Wow. Bears bad.
This is top 2-3 worst team in the NFL.
All right. Green Bay, 13 wins last year. Their number's 11.
I mean, here's the thing, though.
How much do you believe in your guy, Webb? How much do you believe in your guy?
They got to play. They're beating the Bears twice.
They're beating Detroit twice. They're beating Minnesota at least once. That's 5.
Right. So we got to go over. But I don't think they're good. But it's just
the division they play in is so bad.
Yep.
11. But the 11's the number. That means to win, you got to get to 12-6.
12-5.
12-5. 12-5. That's
What's
assuming your quarterback lasts forever.
I hate that motherfucker too.
Maybe he'll just be on peyote or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, ayahuasca.
Green Bay Packers. So they got Minnesota, Chicago, Tampa Bay. They'll probably be like 2-1 minimum. They might be 3-0. Oh no, 2-1. 2-1. Then they got the Patriots. Then they got the Giants, Jets, Washington.
Giants, Jets, Washington.
That's 3 in a row wins probably. Then they got Buffalo and then Detroit, Dallas, Tennessee. That's a couple more wins.
Buffalo, Detroit, Dallas.
Then Tennessee and at the Eagles, 11. I'm going to read the names. You count the number.
All right.
At Minnesota. Then at home against Chicago. At Tampa Bay. So you figure at least 2 and
well, 2 and 1. 2 wins, right?
That's 2. At home against New England, we'll give them 3.
3.
Giants in London, that's 4. Jets, that's 5. Commanders, that's 6.
6.
At Buffalo, we're still at 6.
6.
At Detroit, we're at 7.
7.
Dallas and Tennessee, we'll give them one of those.
8.
At Philly, probably 9. At Chicago, that's 10. Then they got the Rams, probably not.
Loss.
At Miami,
I'd say loss.
probably, yeah. Then at home against Minnesota and at home against Detroit. That gets to like 11, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
That's probably 12, I think. So
All right.
I would have them 11 or 12. That's kind of where I'd end up with
All
it.
right. We're going to go over for the sake of argument. I'm staying away from that one because that's too much.
Yeah,
too much.
that's too much.
Even if it was 10.5, I would feel better about it.
Yes.
Detroit's number 3 last year. They're at 6.
Oh, 3 wins. Jesus
Hard knocks,
Christ.
baby. Hard fucking knocks.
I want to
knocks.
root for them. I really do. 6 wins. Where's 6 wins coming from, though?
I don't know. As we just said, it's not coming from Green Bay.
They got 2 from Chicago.
They got the Eagles, the Commanders, Minnesota, Seattle, New England. Do they win? Do they win one of those?
Yes.
Okay. At Dallas, Miami, Green Bay, at Chicago. Let's say they win another one.
Mm-hmm.
Giants, Buffalo, Jacksonville. That's 3 wins. Like total. We're saying in that section they're going to win one more.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Jets, Panthers. That might be get them to 4.
2 more. That's 2 more wins.
All right. And then Bears and Packers. They're right on 6. It's right at 6.
Yeah. I would go under probably.
All right. I'm taking over because I like the boys.
I'll take. I'm rooting for them too.
Hard knocks. I'm rooting for them. That's why I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
Hard knocks.
Fair enough.
Minnesota, see him on the cusp every year, but as long as they have a quarterback making the millions that he's making, living life, living the dream.
We crush him.
Kirk Cousins, living the dream. 8 wins last year. 9 is their number.
They got a good running back. They got a good receiver. Who's the coach now? Somebody we don't even know. Kevin O'Connell?
Don't know. They got rid of Zimmer.
I'm going under.
Under. New coach. I like it. Under. I think Dalvin Cook is kind of banged up too if he's not completely hurt.
They love the dude Jefferson, and the other dude Thielen's good too, but I don't know about their defense.
Yeah, Jefferson, LSU kid. He's good.
Yep.
A homer. All right, we'll move on. We'll go to the AFC South, I guess this is. The Texans, they were 4 last year. They pick up Lovie Smith. Again, like there's no other coaches out there in the world.
Right.
And their number's 4.5.
Under.
All right. We'll move it along. Titans, 12 last year, 9.5 this year. They lost to A.J. Brown, but they still have Derrick Henry.
Under.
All right. So you're saying obviously you like the Colts this year. They're at 10. They won 9 last year. They added Matt Ryan to the fold.
I like the Colts in that. Yeah, I'm going to go over there. I don't like those other 2 teams. I mean, I've been waiting for Tannehill to be Tannehill in a regular season. I mean, and running backs, Derrick Henry's been great. The dude Justin Simmons has been great. But it's an offensive league. You just let your best receiver go.
Right. I'll tell you, that is one defensive guy that his team has had success.
Vrabel, yeah.
Yeah. And Jacksonville, 6.5. Do they get any better without Urban Meyer?
They definitely do. 100%
At the end, we'll be playing this year.
At the end, I guess another team I'm kind of closet rooting for. What's their number? 6.5?
6.5.
What'd they win last year?
3.
Wow.
That was the Urban Meyer debacle.
Shit, man. I don't think they're going to get to 7.
That's a lot. That would be a big major. If
Huge
all of a sudden
turnaround.
they were playing right around 500 ball, that would be a pretty big turnaround.
Right. I mean, I just don't know that they have that talent. I'm not saying, they're going to play hard, I think, and be much more competitive. I definitely think Trevor Lawrence is going to be better, but that's like doubling their win total over that.
Agreed.
All right, keep going.
It's too much. All right, we're going to go to the NFC South.
South, there's your boys.
Right. My boys are flying under the radar this year. I love it.
With that head coach.
We're going to start with, yeah. That's the problem. They got the talent to be 12-2, but they're going to 12-5, but they're going to lose 3 games because of dumb fucking not going for it on fourth down and shit. Oh, we're going to punt them in deep and play.
I'm on the under. I'm on the under 12 wins.
All right. What?
I'm on the under 12 wins for the Saints.
That's not the number. That's not the number.
Yeah, I know.
They won 9 last year.
Right.
And their number's 8 this year.
Under.
They're winning, bro. Jameis MVP, you fucking son of a bitch. You lie. You just doing that for me. I'm telling everybody now, the Saints are winning more than 8 games this year. In fact, they're winning the Super Bowl. You got it here.
Who else? Well, they got the Falcons twice. That's
Falcons and Carolina twice. And I think
they're not
Mayfield just got the nod in Carolina.
Yeah, they're going to split with Carolina, so that's 3 wins. Tampa Bay. I mean, Brady's 1,000 years old. I mean, maybe they'll get.
They played Tampa Bay tough. Even the year they won the Super Bowl, they beat them twice.
Yeah, I mean, what's the number? 8. It's going to be right there. I mean, they're not getting double digits. I could go 9 just based off of the Falcons.
They're going over. Listen, this is an underrated team. This is gonna be the clip, Webb, that we pull out. Remember episode 127 at the 56-minute mark, Webb. This is gonna be the clip that we take out, like when the Saints are holding up the Lombardi.
Oh,
we're gonna say this is gonna be the "We Told You So" clip. Right now, we're playing it right now.
This should be the Homer Makers show.
Jameis is winning the MVP, and the Saints are winning the Super Bowl.
Look at this guy
on August 18th, 2022, from Smitt. All right. Tampa Bay, 11.5. They won 13 games last year.
Under.
If Tom Brady goes down, the team collapses.
Well, not only that, they lost their center. I mean, it's just hard to keep winning. I mean, They're going to win games. They're going to win the division.
Atlanta Falcons won 7 last year, and now with Marcus Mariota, their number is 5.
I don't see them winning really many. I'm under that. I don't see how they're going to be. I mean, that's 12 losses.
It's a lot of losses.
But who tell me who's on the team? They don't have a receiver.
I don't know. Marcus Mariota. And the kid Ritter that they drafted. What's that, Cincinnati? From the
and then they got. I mean, who's a receiver on the team? Who's a running back? Calvin
Ridley. That's what Calvin Ridley got suspended for a year for fucking betting $1,200 or something.
Is Grady Jarrett still on the team? Like, who's even on the defensive? Like, I don't know that they got anybody any goods. I mean, they're just devoid of talent.
I agree. Carolina, 6.5. They were 5 last year.
I'll go over on them just because there's got to be some desperation there.
Yeah, this coach has got to win, right? They brought him a new quarterback last year. They got him a new quarterback this year. It's like you got the best running back maybe in the game.
And he's
when he plays.
They got a good receiver. They made some. I like their draft picks. I mean, I'm not saying they're gonna 7 games. That's what I'm saying. We'll win it by half.
Sounds good. All right, we'll go down to the NFC West. This tough division. Webb, Seattle, they're in all kinds of turmoil. They got Drew Lock, got rid of Russell Wilson. Pete Carroll's days are numbered probably. I think they're trying to revamp everything. I don't know if they can do it. Their number's 6. They only won 7 games last year.
Under. No, it's easy. They're right
Arizona.
up there. I'm not an Arizona fan. What's their number?
9. They won 11 games last year, though.
Under.
All right. Rams, 10.5. They won 12 last year.
I'll go over.
And San Francisco now has Trey Lance. They had 10 wins last year. Their number's 10.
Under.
Agreed.
What's the wait? Yeah, I mean, maybe the Cardinals are only 9?
Cardinals are 9. They won 11 games last year.
And they always kick. They start off so strong. Let's maybe put that over.
Yep. I'm cool with that. You can't in the division. It's got to almost balance out.
The Rams win the division again. Did we do all the division winners?
Yeah. Well, we kind of got the Bengals, the Bills,
Eagles.
We got Green Bay, Philadelphia. I mean, you saying Tampa is winning the NFC South. Webb, that's a W and an S for New Orleans.
Yeah, that's
okay. So we'll say the Rams win this division, and now one division left. Oh, did we say that the Colts? We agreed Colts win their division.
Yeah.
All right, now to me, Webb, this could be the toughest division in the NFL.
This is
the AFC West.
Okay.
Broncos add Russell Wilson. The Raiders add Devontae Adams and Josh McDaniels, new coach.
Yep.
The Chiefs, they lost Tyreek Hill. They just kind of getting, but they brought in a couple wide receivers, but none of them are Tyreek Hill. Nobody's Tyreek Hill. And even Tyreek Hill is not going to be Tyreek Hill in Miami because Tua can't reach him.
I agree, but
and the Chargers, to me, the Chargers are a damn good team. Everybody knows what the Chiefs are. The Raiders, I think, are a good team. The Broncos could be. It seems like for years we just said if the Broncos had a quarterback, they'd be so much better. Well, they kind of have. I know you're not a huge fan of Russell Wilson, but he's a pretty damn good quarterback. He's certainly the best quarterback they've had probably since Peyton Manning was there.
Right. Peyton Manning wasn't even that good when he was there either. All right, but give it to me. Let's go.
All right, Broncos 7 last year and 10 this year.
Let's pass. Let's do the next one. All
right. To me, this is easy. Raiders had 10 last year. They're only 8.5 this year.
Let's go over.
All right. Chiefs 12 last year. They're at 10.5 this year.
What's that? What's the Chargers?
Chargers had 9 wins last year. Their number's 10.
Let's go over Chargers. Under Chiefs.
That's what I got. And I got under Broncos.
I agree.
So I got under Broncos 10. Raiders over 8.5. To me, the Raiders and Chargers could be the best teams in this division. The Chiefs, nobody can count them out, but I'm just not ready to just automatically hand them the trophy like they've been.
Right.
To me, the Chargers are the best talent-wise in this division. Right. They're 10, and we got over in them. So we got the Chiefs under, Raiders over, Broncos under, and the Chargers over.
Yep.
Who's winning the division, the Raiders or the Chargers?
I'm going San Diego.
All right. I can live with that. I think the Chargers have a chance to contend for the Super Bowl. I really do.
Yeah, I'm big on the Chargers. Yeah.
They just signed that safety again, like gave an extension or more money and stuff. They got the quarterback Herbert is shown to be cream of the crop.
They've taken care of the offensive line. Guys. They brought in Robert Griffin to play.
They brought in Khalil Mack. He's a little long in the tooth, but can't hurt.
Yeah, it's go get the quarterback. That's it. Especially playing against the Raiders.
Picked up an offensive lineman in the first round.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it, folks. The overs and unders. Start winning some money right now. Get in the pool. Go to our Facebook. Go to our Twitter. Go to all those things. If you need a link to the pool, just reach out and ask us. Thank you, Buffalo Grill, Little Rock, Arkansas. Thank you, John Groh, for the bumper music. Thank you, MN3 Technologies. Thank you, Wilbur Investigations. Thank you, everybody for listening. We got a lot of feedback over this last show. We're kind of getting some momentum rolling in here. Devin's going to tell you what to do. Get on the YouTube, like it, subscribe it, and hit the bell for post notifications. She's going to tell you. And everybody, thank you for listening. Webb, take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Tell everybody you know to subscribe and like. It's free money for these pools. The more people we have, the more money, the bigger pot it's going to get. Also want to thank C. Reilly and the GOAT for the Wager Makers Wrap, for the guys who were
C. Reilly kind of fucked me over. We're going to fucking drop. We're dropping that.
Oh, all right.
C. Reilly's in my doghouse right now.
All right, never mind that.
Little Saint the GOAT, you stole my brother.
All right.
C. Reilly, you kind of fucked me up.
All right. Forget that. Never mind. I should ask before I
haven't been putting that in. I didn't put that in the last 2 times.
I gotta know the shot. All right, we'll just cut that out. All right, brick by brick, baby. Thanks for listening, and you're welcome.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.